I'm Kaylie Tanner, and this is my presentation on growing aquatic plants. Okay, so for the outline of my project, I had 2 storage bins, each 95 quarts, some sand for plant roots, 2 aquarium filters, 2 aquarium heaters, some fertilizer, which was fish waste from an established aquarium. I had 2 lights, one for each bin, some nerite snails, aquatic plants, and light timers. Okay, so for each setup, each bin had a light, a filter, a heater, a few inches of sand, and equal numbers of each type of plant. Certain varieties I had more than others. These are the pictures of both bins before adding plants. So my project is sustainable because I used all materials that I already had to grow more aquatic plants. So by utilizing dirty aquarium water as fertilizer and aquatic snails for maintenance for the bins, plants were able to grow healthily and rapidly, and it didn't take much maintenance. So I had one experimental factor and not really anything that I could measure per se other than the size of the lights, because I used materials I already had. The 2 lights that I had with me were different sizes. So the bin A had longer light with more widely dispersed individual lights on it, while the other bin had a shorter, wider light with a higher concentration of lights. So the plants I chose to grow were dwarf aquarium lily, jungle vallisneria, bacopa, java fern, nymphaea rubra, which is a different kind of dwarf aquarium lily. The leaves are just variegated on it. So I chose these plants because I'm off campus and I live in a cold area, specifically in the Pacific Northwest, so I couldn't plant anything outside. And I chose aquarium plants because I have experience growing them, and I thought it'd be a good idea because I could put them to use in an aquarium that I already have. So the plants that I chose to grow were low light, fast growing, and ones that multiplied easily and were available to me. I purchased all my plant cuttings and bulbs from a local aquarium shop. So the plants grew well, more than I expected. The jungle vallisneria and the bacopa especially, which are the plants and the bright plants on the left side of each bin, and the upper left-hand corner, and then the upper right-hand corner were the ones that kind of look like grass, those ones. And the different lights did end up making a difference. So bin A is the one on the left, bin B is the one on the right. Bin A had the long light, bin B had the short light. You can easily tell that one grew significantly more than the other. So this is a before and an after. I know the picture on the left, kind of hard to see because I had the light over the thing, but I can't go back in time and change that now. So yeah, you can see how much the plants really grew. So my experience it was fun. I can't wait to replant them in my aquarium. The most surprising thing was finding a fish in one of the containers during my last week. I didn't put any fish in either bin, only snails in the plants, and yet I have a little mystery fish who's probably about an inch long, I would say. I'm guessing that there was eggs on a plant that I purchased from the store, and somehow the right conditions were there and the little guy lived. I don't know. So the most difficult thing I ran into during my project was evaporation. I was constantly refilling water until I decided to cut the lids of my bins a few weeks in to accommodate the lights and the filters and any cords for like the heater that had to go in, and it helped keep some water in. I would say that it helped. So that's it, and thank you.